Hey everybody, this is Kim with Kim's Creations and Card Ministries coming to you on a pre-recorded video, and today is Sunday, July the 23rd, 2023. I'm with Kim's Creations and Card Ministries, and whoops, turned that on by mistake, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you can find me on my Facebook page. It's Kim's Creation and Card Ministry. Kim's Creations. I'm supposed to have an S there. K-I-M apostrophe S, and then Creations with a K. K-R-E-A-T-I-O-N-S. The sign for Ann, Card Ministry. Kim's Creations and Card Ministry. StampinUp.com, and you can search my name to look for a demonstrator if you don't already have one. And it's Kimberly, K-I-M-B-E-R-L-Y. O'Brien, O-B-R-I-E-N. And then if you want to buy some things and use me as your demonstrator and your host, if you spend less than $150, there's my host code. If you spend more than $150, please don't use my host code, because you will get some free goodies yourself. I had promised some Christmas in July cards, and I have come up with a few. Actually, I've done 4, but one of them I don't have ready to show you yet. So I'll show you 3. These are similar. I'll show you 3 of the 4 today, and I'm just going to make one of these today, so that we don't spend a whole lot of time on here. But anyway, let's get started. So I did these in a class I had yesterday. I used a full sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper, just to the, this one's got some mess up in it, but regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. It doesn't have to be the thick, it can just be the regular, because it's not going to be your card base for the white. And I cut 1 inch off here and 1 inch off this way. And then, so now you're going to have 10 by 7.5. And you're going to take 10 and use the score tool, and you're just going to score it in half. So you're going to score it at 5. And then the 7.5 is 3 3/4. You're going to score it 3 3/4, so that you have 4 panels that you can use on 4 different cards. So what I did, if these had not already been used on a card, it's these 2 right here. Let's see. So we'd have these 2. And then these are the other 2. So I stamped the whole piece of paper while it was still a whole piece of paper. And then after I finished stamping and I was happy with what I stamped, then I cut them down to 4 pieces. And I went ahead and made 2 of these, 2 cards, so I had one go in each direction, one portrait, one landscape. And then I'm going to make one of these, I believe I'm going to make this one a portrait fold, and then I think I'm going to cut this one half and get 2 more cards out of it. So, you know, you can get more. You can get at least 4 cards out of doing your own designer paper. So anyway, I wanted y'all to see these. Thinking of you this festive season. This came out of a stamp set that retired. It was one of last year's, and I realized I don't have hardly any Christmas sentiments. So I had to go back and get last year's sets out so I could have some sentiments. This snowflake, though, is in the current, I think it's called Season of Chic or something like that, or Tray Chic, I don't remember. Something about the chic. The snowflake came out of there. The mittens came out of, this is still the current one. Oh, here it is. This is current. This is Celebrate with Tags. So that's where the mitten came from. And I just saw the set that those sentiments came out of. It's called Various Moments. It is a retired set. So the Joyful Christmas one came out of there. The Joy came out of there. And Thinking of You this festive season, those all came out of this kit. As did some of my little decorations. Not all of them, but some of them did. But you can use any greenery or floral that you have to do yours. When you do your own background paper. But I'll come back and I'll make a couple of these cards next time I'm on. and then this one inside, and then I put a mitten on the back of that one and a snowflake on the back of that one. And then here's another one I did. There was a new design or technique I had seen called a fractured card, and I watched all these different ways to do this fractured card. Well, not a lot. I had found about 4, and I found in those 4 I found probably 3 different ways to do it, and I had demonstrated it for our team meeting last Tuesday. And then on Wednesday I got online and I saw another person demonstrating one of these, and she did it even another way. And let me see if I can go find who she is real quick, because it was somebody I had not watched much or seen a lot of in the past. It seems like when you start watching people on YouTube channels, you get the same. You pretty much get the same people over and over and over again. Maybe this was the one. Nope, that's not her. Oh, I know. I'm pretty sure I kept her name because I wanted to say who it was, but now I cannot find her. Maybe it's on my phone and not on my iPad. I will have to look again and see if I can find her name, because I'm not seeing it on my iPad, and since my phone's up there videoing us right now, I can't really go and look at it there. But it may have been, yes, this is it. This could be her. I'm gonna just double check though, and I'll post something that tells where I got the new way to do it, which is hands down much easier. So for this card, I did use this paper. I know I only used a tiny piece of Designer Series paper, but I did use this new Designer Series paper that was and is an online exclusive. Let me find the name of it. Sorry, y'all. Online exclusive is called One Horse Open Sleigh. It was just recently released, and I think it's the only Christmas paper that's available right now. I might be wrong. So it's double-sided, and the one side has all these pretty scenery pieces on them. Got that going the wrong way. That one's a little fox. This one, and then this one has the little deer. I really like that one a lot. To me, that looks like a lake with ice over it. This little cabin, and this one, and then this one. And I'm missing one. I'll show y'all which one. I think I've used all my pieces up, and that's why I'm out of that one. But then on the backs, we have some pretty colors that can just be used for you know, accent colors and things on your cards. Got a variety of colors and designs. They're just all very simple, so they wouldn't take away much from your design. I'm moving that one there because it kind of goes there. But another red one here. Now this one's kind of cool because it's got these little trees on it, and then the one I'm missing that I've used has blue on it. There's another one with blue on the back of it, and yeah, the other one with blue. And this one, so it's kind of odd because it's the perspective of looking down from above. And that's actually the one that I used on this card right here. Now, I had to be kind of picky and choosy where I went and cut out my little square. Because I was trying to get this little branch right here that I could slip my bird tree on. I was trying to get my birdhouse kind of sitting on the limb. I don't know how successful I was, so it was part of the looking down, because it's kind of hard to get something else in that same perspective when all our stamps and everything is flat. You know, it doesn't have that dimension to it. But anyway, I still thought it turned out cute. And we're going to make one like this today. And again, just you'll need to be kind of picky about how you want to cut your paper. So I think it was, so these are the I don't know, I can't remember. These are the stylish shaped dies, and I used this middle one here to cut out my my designer paper. And so, and it's going to go on my card at a, you know, like a diamond like this. So when you cut it, so I cut it kind of like right here, I think. Somewhere right in there is where I cut this piece, I believe. I think that's the one I used. I think that's the one I used. Just double check, because I don't know, because I didn't have one coming out on that side. The limb was coming on out on that side. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was this one right here. So yeah, there's going to be some paper waste if you choose to do this, where you kind of have to pick and choose what you want to cut out. But most of the things that I'm using with this paper, I'm not really not wasting any of the paper. Okay, so then what you're going to need to make this card is you're going to need a basic card base. This particular one I did long ways, so I cut the long side at 4 1/4, and then I scored it at 5 1/2. So the card is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, but you can do it this orientation also. So either way works. You'll need a piece for the inside. It's 5 1/4 by 4, and you know, it just leaves a little bit of a rim all the way around. Then you'll need a piece for the front, the card front. It's also 5 1/4 by 4. You'll need 4 little strips that are a little bit, they're probably right at 1/4 inch wide, and they need to be 5 to 5 1/2 inches long. Be 5 1/2 just to be safe. I needed some scrap white. I needed some scrap Misty Moonlight, large enough to cut this square out of the Stylish Shapes, which was the next largest one. So these are the two sizes here. And this is actually how I did it the old way. I cut both of these out. But I'm not doing that this time. So, so this card's going to look a little bit different than this one. And then again, I used these new snowflakes that are online, recently been released online. This particular sentiment is an older sentiment, but the one I'm going to use in the card today comes out of Hope and Peace. It's this little one right here that says With Love and Hope. It also fits in that tiny square from the Stylish Shapes, the tiniest one. And let's see. Oh, and the Merry Christmas. I got that out of here too. This is in the online store. It's not in the catalog, but you can get it online in the online store. It's called Hope and Peace. And I'm using some black memento, some Misty Moonlight, some smoky slate. The markers, I'm using the light Misty Moonlight, the light Smoky Slate, and I believe I used the light Cherry Cobbler for my little birds. And I believe that's everything. So what we do here, let me put these away so they don't get lost. And it's Sunday, it's about 6 o'clock, so I got to get through this because I told my mom and dad I'd bring them a pizza for dinner. So the piece that I got for this card, I've already cut this one. I think it came maybe from right in here somewhere. I'm thinking it came from right in here somewhere. So I was trying to keep it off of this side of the paper. Yes, it did, because I can tell now by the little footprints and stuff that that's where it came from. And so I used that die, that Stylish Shapes die, and then the next size Stylish Shape die is used on the Misty Moonlight piece of scrap, and it'll go like this. The little stamp that says With Love and Hope. I gotta pull it. I put this stuff under my working mat right here so they wouldn't. I got all these little pieces under here so they don't blow away. Wait a minute, did I already take it out? I think I already took it out. Oh gee, Kim, what'd you do with it? Oh no. lose it. Okay, I found it. I found it. With Love and Hope. So I've already stamped that with the cherry cobbler. So I didn't bring cherry cobbler out. Ink. Cherry cobbler ink. And I'm going to pull this little sprig of green in. I'm 99% sure that this was off of a Dainty Delights. There was like this little curvy vine thing that had all these little tiny green leaves on it. And I had cut little pieces off of it. And I had that little scrap on my desk today. So I think I'm going to use it. The other thing that I did for the cover was the little birdhouse and the birds. They came from this set, Lazy Days, which is a current set in our catalog. I stamped the little birdhouse, and I stamped the little bird, and I fussy cut them both out. This was very easy to fussy cut. The bird, not so much. And what I did, I don't know if you can tell, but I did go around it a little bit with a pool party pen so it didn't look so white around it. So I've only got one for this card. I'm only going to use one. And then the birdhouse. So I used my scrap here. Let's set that punch. Oh, I mean, here it is. Here's the stamp. Here's a little bird stamp, house stamp. And I stamped it with the Memento Black. And then I don't have the bird on a thing right now. Hang on, let me see if I can find the little bird. Actually, I might. Where's that other? There's supposed to be, oh yeah, the flying bird. No, I'm thinking about using this little bird again. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. Get a little block for it. Okie dokie. Some on that one. And he would stamp right here, like so. Again, I'm not 100% sure if that's how I'm going to do him or not. The other stamp that I'm using is this branch right here. There's a couple different sets that have little branches, but I'm using this one from the Sweet Songbirds because it's filled in with color. Because I'm thinking about stamping it directly onto here. I'm want to use it to set my birdhouse on. And I think about just stamping, and since it's solid and already colored in, that's why I was thinking about using this one. So I might end up messing it up, but we'll just go with it. You know, I usually just go with it. I mess something up, I will. Here's how I colored the birdhouse. It was very easy. I just used two colors. I used the Misty Moonlight light. I used it up here at the top of the house. This part up here, just colored in the whole thing, and I used it down here. I should be more careful. I'm not going to try to finish coloring it. I just wanted to see what I did. This was it. These were it. Two colors. Just colored this in with the Gray Smoky Slate. I did completely color them in though, y'all. I didn't leave little spots like I am right now. Okay, I'll go finish that later. It's actually hard for me to see, so I have to get my little magnifying glass out to do it. But I'll finish those later. And then the little bird. Where is my magnifying glass? Oh. Well, that's another problem because I don't know what I did. I found it. So I definitely need it for the little bird, or I will be. I'm not 100% sure if I'm cutting him out. But, this is the light cherry cobbler. And I'm trying to remember. I guess I went ahead and did his face. I don't remember. But you got to be real light because you'll color it all in. There we go. There he is. So that's the little bird. Okay, and again, there's not a die cut for those, so you have to fussy cut those out. Alrighty, so now the card to do the technique for the card, and I'm probably going to want to use my silicone mat, one of those. Let me pull one out, because you'll get glue everywhere if you don't. Alright, so you're going to take your little, sorry y'all, I'm going to move this up here, move all my little pieces up here, and hopefully I won't lose them. Move this over here. We're going to take this piece and we're going to just glue it on here like this, just like this. I'm going to try to center it from side to side, and then I kind of want to put mine closer to the top, and you also kind of want to try to do it kind of straight, I guess. I'll move that up there. And then I'm looking to try to get it centered here. And maybe get it on those lines right there. Okay, let me get my glue. All right, keep your fingers crossed that I can get glue today, because I should have probably refilled my glue bottle and I did not. It's running low, running on low. Get you lined back up again here. It moved on me. There is a right and a wrong side to these little stitched dies, so you want to try to use the correct side. And I didn't think to look, but I am using the correct side, so that's good to know. That's probably down a little bit lower than I want, but I'm gonna go with it. I think I've been putting them up a little higher than that. Let's see if I can do it without making a glue mess. I'll maybe take it up just a tad. All right. I still don't have it straight. All right, let me look at it here. That'll work. I'm just gonna stop while I'm ahead. All right, now I'm gonna start with just laying one of these down right here, buttoning it up against the edge of the block, because you know this is a little bit higher than the rest, so I can kind of lean it up against it and it stays in the spot. And because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this piece to make sure I put the next one down correctly, because I want it to go all the way up to that one. I don't want to overlay it and then push it up against the square going this direction. So that's how I want it to go. And notice it runs off the page here. Okay, so we're going to do some glue. Come on, Kim. Try not to put too much glue. And at the same time, get enough. I'm real bad about overusing the glue, so luckily this glue is very nice. It doesn't get terribly sticky, so I really like it. Because see, I get it right there, but it'll go away. So I want to make sure it's pushed all the way up against that without going over. And that one goes all the way down. I'm sorry if I got my head in the way, y'all. Right now I can move this one. I don't need it there as a placeholder anymore. So this one's going to go here. And you want, once you start, you want to keep going the same direction you started. So we're going this way. Okay, so now I'm going to do this next one. Because if you don't go the same direction, you'll end up messing up. Ask me how I know. Alright. And you can do this with any shape. There was I think it was a hexagon in something that we had that recently retired. And there's like, you could use that. You could use, something that has more sides. I did use a rectangle on some of my cards. And then just need to increase your number of strips depending on how many sides your shape has. Well, again, we're going to do this one. We want to push it all the way up against the edge of the one that we just laid down. And we're going to let it run off the side of the card. Let it run off the side. Okay, push it all the way up. And there we go. Oh, I should bring over some of the cards, some of the other ones I did that weren't Christmas. This was the one I did in the Christmas version, but I did several that are not Christmas. I did lots of different ideas. Can give you some other ideas that you can use with this this technique, fractured card. It's like you broke it apart and then you put it back together again, and then the seams is kind of like putting bricks, slaying bricks, where you have to put the cement in between the bricks to hold them down. So, and then you have the fractured look. So it's a fractured card. I guess like a fractured tiles. I guess they call it in tiling, maybe. That's what it is, fractured tile. Be interesting to do figure out how to do a few of those. I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. And while that's drying, I'm gonna use my stamp here, my branch, and see if I can stamp this without totally ruining it. So it's going to go, so it's going to go like this on my card, right? It's going to go like this. So keep that in mind here, because I want to be able to set my little birdhouse on the branch. And I think just off center a little bit will be good. So I probably want my branch to come like right here. Okay, and I'm using the Smoky Sleigh ink. Oh, I need a scrap piece of paper on here because it's going to run off. And I don't want that on my silicone mat. I don't want it on my silicone mat. All right, let's try this again. And I had tried stamping it off, but it barely shows up when you stamp it off, and so I wanted a little bit more than that. So I'm just going to do right here. And I think it'll be okay. All right. Oops. Okay, close that up. Now, I think this is probably dried enough that I can snip these off. So it's easier to snip from the back side. I've done it both ways. I'm just not good with scissors, especially right now because I don't see well. But even then, I still think it's easier from the back side, even with me not seeing. I think you can feel where it has to cut better this way. But I tried that way and I messed it up too. So, hang on a minute. Woo! Got lost a bunch of stuff. See who's messaging me. Give me just a second. Oh, got all kinds of things laying on top of my iPad. It's my mom. She must be getting hungry. Oh, it won't take but a couple minutes to finish this card. But while I'm snipping this, y'all do take down my phone number if you have any questions about ordering, you'd like some help. If you have any questions about any of my cards or anything, you can message me at 864-752-5688. I need to go check my email, and I'll do that today because I got to go check my mom and dad's email for them. But you can email me at Kim's Creations, KIMSKREATIONS.cards, kimscreations.cards@gmail.com. But like I said, if you haven't, if you don't already have a demonstrator that's helping you, I would love to be your demonstrator. I'm gonna pop this up, so I'm not gonna put it down quite yet. I'm gonna do, I want to stick my birdhouse on there and my little bird. I think I'll set the birdhouse about right there. Oh, I could pop it up too, couldn't I? All right, let me get my dimensionals. I think a dimensional will fit back there, actually. Yep, just barely. Again, the little birdhouse was so easy to cut out, so y'all should have no trouble with this. I'll put it right there. And then my little bird, I think I might just put the bird on the little branch right there. It is going to visit the treehouse here in just a second. And then I don't think I'll need a second bird. I was thinking if I put the bird up here on the house that I was going to need another bird. But I think if I set the bird on the little branch, then that gives enough stuff in there to fill up my space. Now, do I want to put a dimensional behind this little guy? I think I've got some little ones that I have cut here. The ends, the end pieces. Let's see if this one will work. I think it will. Probably should have used my pick tool to do it. All right. Oh, that's hanging off. Let's see, cut that little piece off of the dimensional. It doesn't need to be. There. I think I got it. Okay. That should be enough. I hope it's enough. I'll put some little dab of glue on it just in case some of that sticky's coming off. Okay. So we're going to stick him right here on the branch. The birdie on the tree branch. There we go. And I'm going to put this on my card base. If I can figure out what I did with it. Here it is. Stick this on the card base. I'm going to just glue it down. And if you like my card, I would appreciate it if you would look down there below. There's a little bell. You can click that bell and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get my subscribers up to 50. I wanted to do it by the end of July. We're getting close. And when I checked it yesterday, I only had 17 subscribers. I haven't checked it today. I may have grown a little bit. But if y'all could please go and subscribe to my YouTube station, YouTube channel, because when I get 50 subscribers, then I can do lives. And once I'm able to start doing live demonstrations, I've got so many things, so many goodies to give away. And I want to give them away, but I don't have enough people watching my Facebook lives to give anything away. And oh, there's that paper. I was looking for that. And I just lost a bunch of stuff again. I was looking for this earlier. So the Facebook lives, I don't have enough people watching those. And sorry, I've got to pick up the stuff I dropped so I don't roll over it with my chair. Ouch. Okay, so in addition to that, and get my subscribers, and then it's kind of hard to do it when I'm doing video replays. It's kind of hard to do that. So I want to give away. I got a stack of stuff up there to give away, and I want to give it away when I can start doing Facebook Lives. So y'all, get your friends and your family and everybody to come peek at my channel. I don't care if they watch the whole thing or just part of the thing, or what, or if they see something they like, they can just fast forward to where they like and then go back and replay it if they want to see how to make something. Because some of my videos are long. I don't want them to have to watch the whole thing if they don't want to. Okay, I'm looking for a stamp set that's got my snowflake in it. That tray sheet I was telling you about has my snowflake. And I'm having a time finding it right now. I just put that snowflake up a little while ago from yesterday. And now, I don't know what I did with it. That is the weirdest thing. Maybe it's here. Maybe it's right here. Yes, found it. Okay, Season of Chic. That's got my snowflake in it. It's also got shells and flowers and leaves. So that's why it's seasons. Got a couple different seasons there. We did a card last week's my class. I did a class 2 weeks in a row. I don't usually do that. But last week we used this shell on a card and this little blobby thing. And it turned out really pretty. Okay, I need a block for my shell. I'm gonna do the C size block, size C. And then I think I'm gonna just do, like here I did the, I used the Misty Moonlight here, and then I went and used some red over here. And so I think I'm gonna do that same thing. Get some Misty Moonlight ink. That's red, Kim. I will need that though. I'll set it aside. Where did I put the Misty? Oh, there it is. Found it. All right, here we go. So snowflakes, just put them in various places on my card. That's actually kind of dark. I might try Stampin' Up and see what happens there. That's a little better. So because of that, I'm going to come down here and do this. Stamp off. I'll do a little bit of a dark right here since I did dark on the bottom half. So we'll just do that. Okay, and the red, oh wait, let me do my envelope. I'll get an envelope here. And we will do the snowflakes on the envelope. Again, I'll use this the Misty Moonlight for that. And I'll do a couple stamped off. And a couple on, couple dark, couple regular. Let's do that. There we go. We'll put one on the back. On the lip. So there, we'll just do that for our card, for our envelope. Put this ink away. And I need to clean this off. Let's see. Got my chamois here on the bottom of the stack. So thankfully I didn't go dropping a bunch of stuff on the floor again. There we go. I still have a lot of things out because I got a lot of projects I'm trying to finish up. Right now I'm going to use the red and go on the inside of my card, which is right here, and put some of my put a couple up here. I don't usually do them as much when the card is turned this direction. I don't know, I don't feel like it needs it as much for some reason, but I guess because it sits like this instead of sitting kind of open. So that's probably why I don't do it. Oh, but I do like, it's kind of a thing I like to do. I try to take part of the theme of my card and stamp it on the back. It's kind of like my signature, whatever the main idea of my card is. And in this case, it's like a snow scene. So I put a snowflake on the back. And let's see. Now I want to put dimensionals on this before I set it down. Come on. Okay. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. And there we go. There we go. Set it like this. I try to just eyeball it the best I can. Sometimes I'm way off, but again, I just do the best I can. Now I want to put Merry Christmas. I think I want to stamp Merry Christmas with the cherry cobbler this time. And I said I took that one out of that stamp set that, oh, what was it called again? It was the one we can find in the online store. And now I can't find it. And what I did with it. Let me try. I might have to put a different one in there. Okay, so I don't know where I put it. So I'm going to use this other Merry Christmas that has the mitten. The one that has the mitten. Oh, wait, that might have just been it. I just found it, never mind. This one, Hope and Peace. I'm going to use that Merry Christmas. I just think it's gorgeous. I think. What am I saying? My sentiment is with love and hope, actually, some on the front. Maybe I'll do something there. How about peace on earth, goodwill to all? I think I'll do that on the inside. Of course, I haven't put my little stickers on here yet. I think I'll do that since it carried over. I'm pretty sure this is it. I need to put my stickers on. Backs of my stamps. I really need to do that. I'll stamp it over here on my scrap first to see how it looks. Yep, okay, I have that on there pretty straight. All right, let's do this and try to get it straight in my card. About right here. We'll hold it, make sure it transfers good. There we go, that looks pretty nice. That needs to be glued to the inside of my card. I'm getting these little backs to my dimensionals everywhere except for where they're supposed to be. Picking them up. Okay, put this on the inside of my card. I like this so much. Peace on earth, goodwill to all. Definitely something that I wish for people for Christmas. All right, and then I have my little tiny love and hope with love and hope, and I'm going to glue it down also. Oh, I messed that one up. Okay, make sure I use the good side. And it's going to go right about here. And my little greenery piece that I was telling y'all I found, I want it to go kind of in the corner up there at the top. I'm trying to say if I want it on this side or this side. I'm kind of wanting it on this side. I'll just put a smidge of glue if I can get it to not come out too fast, because since I'm kind of at the end of my glue bottle there. So I'm going to stick this right here. I wish I had, it would have probably been good to use dimensionals under it, but see if I can keep that, put the wrong one out. Try this one. I don't necessarily want that to glue to the paper. I might try to go back and sneak a dimensional under there later if it doesn't stick. Okay, and because I'm gonna put a little gem right there. Okay, and let me pull out my snowflakes. And there's the snowflakes. They're called Adhesive Back Snowflake Assortment, and they're on the online store. And then I'm thinking I'm using these iridescent gems for some extra, like, snowy look or whatever. Trying to figure out what I did with them. Here they are. These are the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. So I'm going to take the smallest that I have of those, which is this one right here. I'm going to stick it on top of that little piece of greenery right there. I want it to go right there. Okay. And then let me get my snowflakes out. I think I used the white ones, so I'm going to stick with the white. I'm going to do a big one. Not sure what the best way to pick, because I don't want to tear them. I usually use this edge of this gum. Yeah, the gummy part works. I guess I'll stick to using the gummy. I'm gonna stick this one right here, I think, this time. And let's get a medium. The small ones are about gone. Maybe I'll use 2 mediums. Put a medium right. Well, I don't know. I'm probably still going to use smalls. Put a medium one right here. And a small right here. And I also put those little iridescent rhinestones on these. Move that out of my way. Here's, I think I just used like a medium, or did I just use small ones on there? I think I could probably put the medium size one on that bigger snowflake. Put that one right there. And then put small ones here. A small one here. Oh, put in the center of my snowflake, please. I hope I got that on my screen. And another small one right here. And I think I'll put one up here next to the birdhouse somewhere. Well, I kind of need one, I think, more on this side. I'll stick one like right here. Okay. And just because it's snow and we want it to be a little glistening looking, I'm going to get my Wink of Stella out. One of my Wink of Stella pins out here. And I'm just going to kind of dot it around, just kind of all over the paper here. I might dot some down here too. Give it some glisten, let it glisten a little bit. Trying to see if I won't need some anywhere else. Okay. And let me open it up. I might let these little snowflakes glisten a little bit that are in here. Sometimes I just paint the whole thing in, but it just depends on what it is. Okay, so I got some on my, I had a little bit of trouble seeing those actually. There it is. Depends on how you hold it. Make sure I got some showing down here. There we go. All right, so there's my first Christmas in July card. Fractured technique, fractured tile or fractured paper, something like that technique. And I did an envelope to go with them. And I showed y'all these other two. I'll come back, we'll make one of these next time. I'll try to get back, I might come back on again today. I don't know when I'll get these uploaded. It takes forever for these things to, these videos to upload. And then I want to show y'all one more card that featured that paper, the Sleigh paper, designer paper, but it also featured our new little truck punch. Ah! And here it is. Wishing you a festive Christmas. I used one of those sheets of the paper. This is the one I think I'm out of the paper. Again, I used some of these little snowflakes. And I'm going to make I have the stuff ready to make one of these also in a video. So we'll come back and make this one later as well. And there's my cute little truck. This, on this particular one, I just used the punch. I did not use, like, you can stamp it and punch it, or you can just use stamps, or you can just use the punch. This one's just the punch. I drew the little door on there. And this came from that set, stamp set as well, the Wishing You a Festive Christmas. My trees came from Grassy Grove, is that what it's called? As did my little deer on the inside. So this is a bridge fold card. So it still lays flat. You can do it either direction to put it in your envelope. So that was 1, 2, 3 Christmas in July cards, and I have one more that I need to finish up so I can show you two. So we'll come back and get in a few more Christmas in July cards before July is over. It's already the 23rd. Again, please let me know if you need anything, if you'd like to order from me. But most importantly right now, I just want to get my viewers up and my subscriptions on my channel high. So I would really appreciate it if y'all would subscribe to my channel, comment and like, and maybe send a link to some of your friends to do this, to get onto my site as well on my channel. Y'all have a great rest of your evening. Happy Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday, a new week. New opportunity to make someone happy and put a smile on their face. Y'all send out a card to someone today. Thank you.